Hello, welcome back to Plot 25. So today's video is part 2 of the planting video from Sunday, Father's Day. So roll the next clips. Hello, so it is many hours later. It is now 8:30 this evening. I've been out for my meal. I ate too much food. I went home and had a lie down and charged my phone afterwards. But I'm back and I do want to do a few more bits and bobs. So left to do this evening, I need to plant my cucumber in the greenhouse. I need to do lots of watering. I want to plant a cucumber outside by the grape, but currently there's a lot of nasturtiums taking over there. So I was thinking about moving some of the nasturtiums up to this arch up here, but then I need to fix the arch. I don't think I've got time to do that this evening. So I think I might just move the nasturtium, try and plant it in for now and then fix the arch later, and hopefully that will be okay. And then I want to sow some spring onions, some parsley, some basil in the greenhouse, and the peas, the French beans. Is it the French beans or the runner beans? The Pantheon beans did not germinate, so I might try those again. I'll see what I can get done. I've probably got about an hour, so that's probably quite ambitious, but we'll see. So here is my dragon egg mini cucumber. Definitely needs to be in the ground. This will need support, but I'm probably going to add that at a later stage. And I'm going to pop it in the corner here. And so it's got room, so I'll put a cane, okay, maybe two, in, and it can ramble up. So I've got the last bit of compost from earlier. There's a lot of worms down here, which is good to see, a lot. I was worried that the soil underneath would be really dry, but actually it's not. It's fine, so it obviously is holding the moisture down there, but it has had the fig tree sat on top of it. Obviously now I'm moving that out of the greenhouse. It's time, because there's no more room in here. But there we go, my first greenhouse cucumber. Okay, so it is finally time to do my chard sowing. You can do these from March really, but from March until July, so late, on the later end, but still within time. So I've got peppermint chard, which I'm very excited about. I've never grown before. I've got an organic rainbow mix, and I've got Swiss chard parsley, which I think are a little bit bigger and white, we'll see. So I'm just going to do a mixture in this bed. This will be my chard bed. Quite like a chard. So maybe I'll just make some rows. Okay, I've got 6. So I could do 2 rows of each. Let's start with my Reese. I'm going to forget to label these, but this is my evidence to come back and see what I sowed where. So the Baris or the Parlsey. And then I'll do rainbow in the middle. I think last year I grew bright lights and I direct sowed that, and I didn't think it was coming up at all. Nothing happened for a really long time, then all of a sudden it just appeared. I didn't get loads, but I got enough. It was nice. Again, I've quite possibly been too generous with my spacing. Maybe I could have fit a bit more in, but I'm not sure. Maybe further over. Peppermint. And if nothing comes of them, I've got seeds left of all of them, so I can sow again or do some successional sowing, although obviously I haven't left myself a long time to do any successional sowing. I've maybe got a month, but you know, if they all get eaten or then none of them come up, then have options. And I do have another pack of rainbow chard, which I haven't opened, so I'm really hoping to get the peppermint chard because I've heard really good things about that. Right, done. I just need to give that a good water. Okay, one thing I haven't done this year is plant any spring onions. So I've got these Ishikura onions, which I think I'm just gonna dot around the squash beds nearer the edges. So far, I've not had any luck with spring onions. I've never been able to grow any, so fingers crossed. My only concern is that these don't hold the moisture very well, but I'm just gonna have to really be on it. It's also coming to the time when I need to make some decisions about my squashes because, as you can see, they've germinated. The only one that didn't germinate was the courgette, the Romanesco. All the others have germinated, although some are looking better than others. So you can see these are the are these the mashed potato? No, these are the Ichiki curry squash. And these two over here are looking quite good, but this one is still quite diddy and a little bit yellowy. So in an ideal world, that would be the one I'd remove and keep the stronger two, but these are the ones that are together. So what I'm going to try and do is remove one of these without killing it and planting it in here. And if that one survives, having 3. I know it's not the biggest space, but if I kind of sprawl them out in different directions, hopefully that will be okay. And I think I'm going to do the same with my mashed potato squash. There's 3 in there, and I think I'm going to try and move one and keep all 3. And then where you're currently sat is where the courgette should be and isn't. But I do have, I think I've got 3, either 2 or 3 of the summer squash, I think it's sunburst squash, have germinated and they look really well. So I might just move one of those over. To be honest, I only wanted one of them and I did want a courgette, so I might pop to a garden centre at some point and see if they've got any courgette plants left. I don't think, I've asked around here and no one seems to have any. Everything's either planted or gone. So that is the risk with direct sowing. But pretty much everything I've direct sown has come up and come up well. The only thing that hasn't is that courgette and the runner beans that haven't appeared either, which is annoying. But everything else has done okay. But spring onions is what we're talking about now. As I've said, never had any luck before. Actually, no, I'm going to move this first, otherwise I might be digging around. that a mushroom? Look at this mushroom. It's very white. I've had quite a few mushrooms grow on this site, but usually they're a little bit more brown. That's very white and very light. Usually not a bad sign, but hopefully it's not a poisonous one. Try and like mound the soil up a little bit around it so there's a bit more of a dip so that the water can sit and then soak down rather than just run off. Where should I plant you? Yeah, I'll plant you back there as well, I guess. It would have been better, I think, to not have planted them both in the middle had I planned for there to be more than the two, but I did. I don't want to mess around too much and start moving them all. Or should I? Maybe I should. Maybe I should move that a bit further this way. And then I can move that further that way and they've all got a little bit more room. Yeah. Maybe that is actually the best idea. Okay, hopefully I haven't just killed both of them and that they will recover okay. And oh, I do have two. These are a bit smaller. These are the butterbean. It's a bit like a smaller butternut squash. Isn't it funny actually, all of the ones that are on this side of the bed are doing better than the ones on that side of the bed. And maybe, like everything else, is sloped a little bit this way, so maybe that's just a bit drier up there. I don't know. Right, so this is going to be quite a lot of squash, isn't it? Because I've gone from having 2 in each bed to having 3 in each bed, but I just can't bear it. When they look this good and they all look as good as each other, I can't bear to just get rid of them. I know it's part of the job. I know it's part of the job. But it's really sad. When everything's looking like rubbish and about to die, fine. I'm not quite as sentimental. But when they look good, right, and now they have a bit more room, they might do a little bit better as well. And I've made those little wells, and then I think I'm gonna just make a little room around this one. It's not looking great. If it doesn't work out, I can just plant something else in here, can't I guess? Okay, I'm gonna put a few more spring onions about, and then I'm probably gonna call it a day actually and just get the watering done because it's gone really dark. It looks like rain. There's probably not gonna be rain. Not enough anyway, so I will still water everything. I'm just gonna sprinkle some. And I think here as well. I'm going to give all of this a good water. Okay, I changed my mind. Actually, quickly before I go, I'm going to plant some pak choi over here and some parsley in the corner over there because it will only take me a minute and then it's another thing done, ticked off the list. So you can actually do pak choi. You can sow it outside all the way up through to October, from February to October. So it's a very long running crop really. 1.5 centimetres down. So May to August for mature heads or baby leaf. 40 centimetres between rows. I'm going to do 2 rows. My spinach, to be fair, nothing in this bed has done very well. I planted these spinach and that lettuce the same time as I planted the lettuce in these 2 beds and the spinach over here. None of it has done very well at all. So we shall see. Because I don't know why that would be the case. Has the same ingredients and I think I've watered it just as much. So I need to pay more attention to this bed. So I have plenty more seeds in there for succession crops, or if they just don't do anything in this bed. Again, it's not keeping the moisture very well. It is in certain areas, like down here, there's moisture. Up there it's very dry, but again, it is slanted. This is one of the reasons that I was a little bit concerned about the fact that all of my beds are wonky. Because the water is going to run this way because it is slightly lower. But yeah, I don't know, something to work on in future years. We'll just see how everything does. Maybe I'm worrying too much and it'll actually be fine. Giant of Italy, large leaved and full of flavour. So again, I can sow this outside through June, through July. So if this doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. I'm just gonna scatter. I'm not gonna do a row. I mean, I probably only need, oh, I'm not on, hello. I probably only need a, you know, 1 plant, 2 plants, a couple of seeds will probably do it, but obviously you don't know what's going to germinate and what isn't. So I'm just going to do a bit of a light scatter and see what happens. I wish I had more compost. Right, now it's time to water everything. So that is me done for today. It's 10 p.m, it's dark. I've just finished watering everything. I haven't got around to doing everything I wanted to do today, but I feel like I've done quite a lot, so I'm not feeling quite as panicked. And I think there's a few little jobs I can do on the evenings throughout this week before it gets too late. And we'll just see how things go. I think maybe the next video I do will be a bit of a plot tour, plot update. I don't think I've done a plot tour since April, which was one of my early videos. I don't think I even had all the beds built up here, so it'd be good to see the progress, the difference. That'll be nice. I look and feel so tired. So I hope you enjoyed this video, seeing the last big planting session, I think, of the year. I'm really excited to see how things grow, but I'm going to try not to be too disappointed if things don't. It is the first year growing in these beds up here, so it is a bit of an experiment to see how things will do. But yes, thank you again for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button so you can see when my next videos come live. And if you like the video, give it a like and give it a comment. But I will see you again next week. So have a lovely rest of your week. Thanks for watching. Bye.